If you put any effort at all into designing a buyer journey, and you do, you may not have it intentionally thought out, you may not have it as strategically thought out, but if you're doing it at all, then I've got one small thing you're going to add to the process that will make a huge amount of difference in the journey that your buyers take on the way to coming into your world. So stick around for high revenue business insight I'm going to share with you here. I'm Jim Padilla with Gain the Edge, and along with my wife, Cindy, we specialize in scaling companies to exit. We work on generating revenue, high revenue business models that move you from profitable to viable business to buyable. We want to make sure that we are decommoditizing you and putting your offer category, making you an offer class of one, helping you design the things in your business and that you show up and have the positioning in the world that says you are world class, then best in class, and then ideally a class of one. Okay? And here's some of the insights that we're going to be breaking down around this. And today I got one specific thing for you. I'm always trying to share things with you that we are doing while we're working with our clients, that we've been working with our clients for over the last decade, while generating nearly $500 million worth of results for them. And so the things that we're sharing is just literally what we see in the middle of these campaigns, in the middle of these opportunities. And we've just been blessed to be able to see some things that a lot of people don't and get a lot of data and insights that other people just haven't had the opportunity to learn or even to stumble across. And so everything we share with you is straight from what's happening, not from guessing or theory or hoping it might work, right? So stay tuned. We're going to dive into this right now. The concept that I want you to buy into is a pest analysis. A pest analysis. Have you done a SWOT analysis before? If you have, type it in the chat, right? Just tell me you've done a SWOT analysis. Hopefully you've done one recently. I recommend you do them at least annually. Right? Something you should be doing in a leadership team on a regular and ongoing basis. But that's not what we're going to talk about today. What we want to talk about is to build and design a high revenue business model as we see it. You want to be thinking about a 360-degree approach to what's happening inside your business, what's happening outside your business, what's happening in front of your clients and your buyers, and what's happening in their world that leads them more predictably and consistently to move into your world. And one of those things that you want to be thinking about is, again, a pest analysis. Okay, now there's two approaches to this. Pest analysis for companies that even do it. Most people don't, but those that do, it's focused on how does my business get reinforced? How do I strengthen my business by understanding what's in a pest analysis? And the short version is, again, PEST, P-E-S-T, right? It's political, economic, okay, social factors, and technological factors. What's happening in the world that is affecting or could affect my business, could affect my team, the trends, what's going on in the world and the landscape that's going to affect how I operate, how I hire, how we move through the marketplace. Okay? And so you want to be thinking about consistently, what is a pest analysis and how does it impact your business and your buyers? Okay, that's the real insight. So first of all, do one. If you haven't done one, you need to do one. Okay, and I'm going to just share a few quick insights that we are going to be diving into as we are putting the finishing touches on our high revenue business model VIP experience. We're bringing people in, and there's still a couple of spots available if you're interested, but we're designing a lifetime value journey and all of the offers that help meet and move people along that journey. So it's not just having a bunch of offers, it's having a designed experience that moves people to the mountaintop experience in your world, whatever that may be. So here is, boom, all right. So this is one of the concepts here. Okay, as a pest analysis, again, think about your business, how it pertains to your business, and how it pertains to your buyers. Political factors. Right? What is a political factor that's going to impact your business potentially, right? Scrutinize and influence of government policies, regulations, political stability of an organization. Right? Think about what's going on in the political climate, especially in an election year, that may directly impact your business. What kind of regulations, what kind of code changes, what things might be happening inside of your industry that you might need to be aware of. Okay, that will affect how you hire, how you grow, how you pay, minimum wage hikes, wage exceptions, tax exception, tax codes that change, especially if you're in a crazy state like California that we are, and just understanding what is going on and how it's going to affect the lives and the journey of your people, okay, and in your company. Okay, inside of your company for the people that you work with and inside of the life of your ideal buyers. Okay, economic factors, pretty self-explanatory, right? Dives into the economic conditions affecting your organization. Variables such as inflation, right? Interest rates and the economic growth are considered here. You have to be thinking about that as it pertains to what kind of decisions are you going to make in your company. You're going to buy equipment versus lease it. Are you going to buy a building versus lease it? Here's an example. Last year, I remember Pinterest paid an $800 million fee to void their lease because they were about ready to take over a huge brand new building. And right when COVID happened, they decided that they were not going to bring people in, and they were going to have a lot of, they were going to shift how they were going to do their work. And it was worth it to them to spend an $800 million penalty to void the lease on the building that they were going to take possession of. Now, what kind of being aware of that helps you start thinking, okay, do I want to be crystal clear that I'm designing a purely virtual business because I don't want to have to go and worry about a lease? Or does your business warrant that you look at what do I need to do to make sure that I can take advantage of all of these vacant buildings now? Because we're in Sacramento, downtown Sacramento. There's a lot of commercial properties that are available, or just they can benefit from you can benefit from taking advantage of getting into a building that you may not have to sign a long-term lease on, or that you can go month to month, or that you can get in for more negotiable terms that might serve you and benefit you. Right? You want to think about that. So there's no decisions that are wrong. It's about making quality assessments with the information that's in front of you so that you can decide how is it going to impact you and your business and what you're going to do. Okay, so make sure that you're thinking about that, because that's something that don't factor in for a lot of people. And quite honestly, this is something that a lot of people do. You probably are doing a lot of this just instinctually versus intentionally with strategy. That's the main difference, because unless you're living in a box or under a rock, you see what's going on, and it can impact you. But what it can also do is it can paralyze you. It could cause you massive detraction because you just get fear-filled because you're not sure what's going on. So the key is get educated, get informed, so you know what's going on, so you can stay ahead of the curve, and then you start using these indicators to help you get smarter and make more intelligent predictions about what's coming, which then helps you serve your buyers. This is the key. Okay, in your business, you need to have this. This is going to help you really build a stronger business. But for your buyers, it's going to help you design a more powerful buyer's journey and a really good customer lifetime journey. Because as people are moving through your world as a buyer, as a repeat buyer, as somebody who's staying in your world because you're leading them on a journey, right? On our lifetime journey, our whole mission is to move people to the mountaintop experience in our world, which is to have a business that's viable, whether you want to sell it or not, because it's the most effective, most pleasurable, most profitable business to be running is one that's viable. And before you can become viable, you have to have a viable business that has all of the right moving parts and pieces. Make sure you have all the right systems, structures, strategies, processes in place, so that you're not relying on rock star unicorn humans, but that a system that delivers rock star unicorn outcomes. Okay, so that's our journey. We're always talking about that. And what is the lifetime journey in your world? And when you are in that space, what is going on politically, economically, sociologically, and technologically that will impact that? And it's always moving. That's a moving target. It's not like, oh, it happened, we adjusted. It means you always have to have your finger on the pulse of that. So as social factors are coming into play, what's going on in the social climate that might affect your hiring needs, your policies, your strategies. For your buyers, what's going on in the political climate that could affect their decisions on how much risk tolerance they might have, or to encourage people to take advantage of a real estate environment because you understand what's going on, or if you're in the know about what new regulations are coming down the pipe for your industry that you can help your buyers understand. Now you become the expert, you become the ambassador, you become the person in the know. And I highly recommend that you do such things so that you can keep people informed as, oh, hey, this law is coming down or this is being proposed, and if you're in this state and you have an in-person physical office, this is how it's going to affect you, right? So you want to always be that person because you're going to be able to let your clients know, your potential buyers and the people who are in your world understand that you're a beacon of hope, you're a guiding light, you're a source of information, you're a trusted resource, and that is irreplaceable. You don't want to just be a product in search of a prospect, right? You want to be an ally who's moving people on a journey that you can lead them with together and solve problems ongoing. So this is something that we are building in. Again, we're diving into that in our 2-day intensive coming up. So we would love to have you join us here. If you're interested, just let know and I'll share the information with you. But this is something that you want to be thinking about. And I would love for you to share in the chat, whatever platform you're listening to this on or watching this on, what is one thing that's popping in your mind right now as a pest analysis, politically, economically, sociologically, or technologically, that is directly impacting what you're doing in your business and what you need to be thinking about as it pertains to your buyers so that they might not be aware of it and you can help them with that by sharing the insight or the knowledge so they're thinking about it differently. My goal for this was just bring this to your awareness, and hopefully it's something that you are now going to think about strategically and put into play so that you are now designing a business and a buyer journey that keeps all of these concepts and perspectives in mind, which will allow you to serve people better, more nuanced, more completely. And you'll give them what I call the affirmation. When people step into your world, you always want them to be affirming the decision they made to come in your direction and say, yes, this is great. This is the kind of stuff I came for. Hopefully that's what you're experiencing right now as well. So make sure you rate, review, subscribe, give me a like. Actually, I'm just gonna ask for that one thing right now. Just give me a thumbs up. Give us a like on here. If this makes sense to you and it can benefit people you know, please share it. And if you want more information, more of these high revenue business insights that we're sharing, just let me know what you're looking at, what you're looking for, what questions you have as you are scaling your company so that you can become viable and then viable. First, starting with profitable, right where you are. You got to make the most revenue that you can so you can deliver the greatest impact that you can and become profitable. Then we start building you a business that hums, a high revenue business, right? Thanks for being here. Thanks for trusting me to be part of your success team. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one.